What's up, guys? So I have a game here for you, some post-game commentary. I played against the team that I normally play with as hunters, and then we picked up a random guy that's going to be an assault. He's pretty decent, so I mean he does his job as assault, right? So it's going to be a custom game. I'm not going to really tell you the outcome, but um, it was definitely an interesting game, and I want to point out like the little things that I did in this game that were good and that were bad. I feel like there was quite a few things. So the first thing is I didn't really notice. I was turning on the recording of the video. I didn't notice that the trapper was Maggie. I was kind of like unsure. Like I thought it probably was Maggie, but I wasn't positive. So sneaking at the beginning against Maggie is a mistake for sure, always. This is a new route that I'm taking. I don't normally take this route. Normally, if you guys have watched my videos in the past, I go up towards Sloth Alley. The reason why I did this is because like Rampage, and I don't know if anyone else watches, but Rampage watches my videos, so I figured he might say, you know, hey, he's probably going to go up towards Sloth Alley because that's what he normally does. So I didn't want to like do the same thing that I do all the time, even though I feel like it's a pretty good place. Even if you get domed, they have to waste a lot of time killing off the sloth, and there's some good juke potential down in there. So I probably should have maybe did that, but I was going here because I know there's some mammoth birds and it's pretty good. So here I'm trying to sniff out the trapper. I don't know exactly who I sniffed out at that point. It might have been the trapper. It might have also been support, because I know that coming up in a little bit here, I do sniff support. So I'm not sure which one it is, but there's support right there. I'm sniffing him out. I'm seeing that he's kind of all by himself, so I decide to go on him. So I'm basically committing to taking a dome here. It's not the worst place to take a dome. You can get up onto those high ledges, and it's hard for the hunters to stay up with you. I messed up that leap smash just a little bit. A bit of a mistake there. And he cloaks, which is really good. I kind of lose him, but I know he's in this general area, so I'm just kind of flailing around, and then finally I find out that he did go down because he shot me with his corpse gun thing, his little pistol. So now that I've kind of done that, I've done what I wanted to do, which was get the down penalty on Cabot, I can kind of just focus on not taking damage. So I have a little bit of armor left. I may have taken just a little bit more damage than I wanted to when I was down there, so I'll probably take a little bit of health damage. But from this point, I'm doing pretty good in this game. I feel like I'm ahead. I noticed that this area, like I'm just kind of checking out what the dome has to offer, so I noticed that there's two different areas to go through this building in, which is really good. I kind of try to juke the assault by making him go down and then climbing right back up. If he doesn't have jetpack, it's going to take him forever. Obviously he did have jetpack, but and then I tried to knock him back down with that leap smash. So my armor's out now. Assault's doing a good job at dealing some damage. I tried to pounce attack him because I figured I could force the medic to switch guns, and I could take some of the damage off myself. I missed that. Kind of a mistake, but not a big deal. I decided to go under here, which I don't hate. I think it's fine. The only bad thing about this is I'm not evolve ready. Usually if I take a stage 1 dome, I really want to be evolve ready, but I kind of traded that out for a down penalty. I missed this cave. Like, I'm not 100%, I don't use the cave enough to know exactly where it is coming from that entrance. I usually use it on the other entrance. I think I was to the right a little bit too far. I think that little thing on the mini-map is probably where it is. So at this point, I'm just kind of racing down towards the tunnel area and just looking for good food so that I can get evolve ready, because I need to evolve. But at this point, I feel like I'm ahead in the game. I need one more creature to get to my evolution ready area. And now it's all about juking the trapper, dodging a dome, or taking a dome in a good spot to not take damage, right? Because I want to be able to go across the entire map, and I want to go across the map and evolve pretty soon. I get movement speed, which is really good. I actually didn't notice that that was a buff until after I ate it. I didn't like notice the coloring, and the perk symbol wasn't there. So I see Maggie. Actually, that's not Maggie. That's Cabot up there. But I hear the dome click. I knew that Maggie was closing in. She used her jetpack charges. Anytime a trapper uses their jetpack charges towards you, they're generally going to try to throw the dome. So I dodged the dome, which is exactly what I wanted to do. And at this point, I would like to get put into combat, so with some damage. So I'm kind of looking here, kind of letting them see me, hoping that one of them will poke me with some damage so that I can get those extra traversals by being put in combat. So right there, I get put in combat, I'm pretty sure. My traversals will come back pretty quickly, and now I just want to make a mad dash across the map before that dome comes back up and evolve. So that's the goal right here. And again, I'm still in a pretty good spot, so I don't feel like I've made horrendous mistakes. There's little ones here and there that if you're playing at a really high level that you shouldn't be making, but I feel like it's nothing that will cost me the game even at like, you know, good versus good teams, right? Obviously, if I'm playing against like pro teams, I would be probably getting punished a lot more for those. This is a good place to evolve. I feel like it's okay. I'm just hiding behind this dumpster a little bit. Maybe move just slightly more so that they don't see me, because they might be able to see me if they look down that. I think they call it Tim Allen. Maniac Squirrel calls him Tim Allen. I watch his stream a lot, so. Anyways, I see that they're coming up this way. I think this is going to be my first big mistake that I make in this game, like huge mistake. That guy was wounded, and I decide to eat right here. And by eating, I put myself into a dome. If I would have just leapt right after that first meal, I would have been able to get away out of this dome, and I have almost no armor at this point. So this dome dodge was actually super crucial. And now my second mistake is I'm staying on the trapper, which isn't necessarily bad. I'm trying to actually take down the dome is what I'm thinking here. He does a really nice dodge of that rock. It was right next to him at that point. And at this point, I'm taking way too much damage. As you're going to see, my health is just going to drop. And I decide to go in here, see if I can loop around like I did before. It's not quite big enough, so I'm trying to like hold them outside of this door, and just like make them clump up if they want to come in here, right? Only one of them can really deal damage to me, so I'm just going back and forth. Cabot should be shooting through walls. I get a nice rock smash onto the trapper here. So I was trying to finish him off. I don't quite finish him off, but he's like super close, so I overcommit because he's so close to dying. And of course I get harpooned, and he gets cloaked, and I felt like I got him right there, but I didn't. Hijinks is actually a really good medic, and he bursted him back up enough to survive a rock throw, even though he was really low health before. So I took, like, I think I took 1 bar of health my first fight, and then I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 bars more on top of that my second fight, and no down penalty. In the first fight I did get a down penalty, so I am actually dead at this point, I think. Even if I evolve, I get 5 bars, and that's if I don't get domed at all, and I get full evolution meter and full armor, and get to fight them inside of the relay. That's never going to happen, right? I'm super far behind now. So you can see those 2 big mistakes that I made, I got punished for super hard. And there was actually multiple mistakes there. Staying too long to try to finish off the trapper, probably a mistake. But it all resulted from me not getting out of that. Not getting out of that dome, not moving quick enough. Like I got greedy for food. I do that kind of often, and against pub teams, it's a lot easier to like fix that mistake, right? So playing against good teams, it's something that I need to work on, is to not get too greedy for food. Like if I have 2 of these mammoth birds here, right? If they're right by me, I shouldn't go for both of them. I should only go for 1 and then run away. Instead, I usually leap smash on both of them, and then I feel obligated to eat it after I kill it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to waste food or something. I don't understand. But yeah, it's a problem. I see the sloth is buffed here, so what I'm thinking is that I want that, but I have to make them make a decision. So I thought Maggie was behind me, but then I saw her silhouette up here, and so it ended up being Kyra. So I'm gonna leap over them. Now they have to make a decision. Do they all go back to that sloth perk to take it, or do they continue to follow me? This is kind of the only chance of me getting back into this game. So I smell right here. I noticed that Maggie is still following me. There's one other person that I don't see at this point, but I'm hoping that they're not like sitting at that sloth. And if they are, maybe I can down them or something. At this point, I need something to get me back into the game. I feel like the sloth buff is probably my best option. So I'm racing to the sloth buff to take it, hoping that I'll be able to take a good fight, get some down penalties and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going for right now. I missed my leap smash. Not a big deal. I'm still going to be able to take it out. So this is the only thing that's going to basically put me back into the game. If this was a tournament game without perks on, I would definitely have been dead probably at that second fight. So right now I'm actually, like, I want to take a fight because I want to try to get myself back into the game. You know, a couple more down penalties and I'll be evolution ready. You notice that Daisy sniffed. Esoteric's really good. He knows that if the dog's sniffing, it means you're within like 40 meters or something. He knew that I was probably waiting for a fight. I get a really good leaf smash and a rock throw right there to take out, I believe it was Cabot, and now I'm going after Trapper. Kind of a mistake. I should be going after Medic here. That's another mistake that I made. It was pretty late at night, but I mean, it's still no excuse to make the mistakes I was making anyway. But I wanted to upload this game to show you guys mistakes that some monsters make and what differences I should be making, right? I feel like rewatching your losses is always a good way to improve. because you can figure out exactly what you're doing wrong, and if you ever see those situations again, you can change them. Get another down penalty, right? I'm doing pretty decent, and then I get another down penalty on medic. So like I'm in a pretty good spot. I might even be able to end the game if I wanted to, except Parnell is still up. And then I get Esoteric as well, so I get almost everybody. I was actually looking to possibly end the game here, but because Daisy is such an MVP for all teams, I definitely have to get out of here now. Am I dead? I don't think so anymore. I got enough down penalties on important characters that as long as I can evolve and get full armor, I have a chance of winning at this point. Especially if I can do so while I still have the damage buff. But I'm not ahead. Like, I'm probably slightly behind, but I have a chance, like right now. Because I'll have 4 bars, quite a few down penalties, I can make something happen with that. I get dusted. I feel like I've made enough distance where I can probably evolve in the same general area as before, maybe a little bit farther. And I actually don't remember exactly what happens from this point on. We'll have to see. So I do go for my stage up. It's maybe a little bit too close to them. Maybe I could have ran a bit more, but I didn't have any traversals. I didn't have cooldowns that could use mobility for me. I take, you know, my standard build. Oh yeah, I go for meat towards the hunters. This is definitely another mistake. A lot of mistakes were made. I end up getting, you know, a little bit of armor, but now I'm domed and I don't have enough health to actually get through this. Like it's going to be very hard for me to get through this. I have a lot of damage, but I have to down them very quick. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So I don't actually know if that rock hit or if it hit the lamp. I think it hit the lamp, which is kind of unfortunate. You can't really be missing rock throws for sure with this build. It's like where all of your burst comes from. I'm doing good leap smashes. I actually end up downing, I think, 2 people right here. I'm going to go after... This is where I make the decision to try to end the game. If I ran here, I probably still had a chance. I make the decision to try to end the game, and I don't think it was quite the right decision, especially because Daisy was still up. So like I got everybody except for Parnell right here, but Daisy's still alive, and he ends up getting the medic back. And as soon as the medic's back, I know I can't end it. I think I try to run, but I end up losing right here. So, really close game, but I end up losing the game right there, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm going to pause the video. But yeah, I mean, I kind of outlined the mistakes that I made. The second fight that I took, that was the biggest one. That was where I lost the game, I think. Everything after that, like I kind of got myself back into the game a little bit, but not enough to actually end it. I had a chance, right? Like I had it down to only one person and Daisy, but Daisy got somebody back. So I mean, I probably made mistakes there too. I make a lot of mistakes, even though I don't know. I think my record's somewhere around 40-8 or something, 40-7 as Goliath. But against good teams, the game completely changes, right? It's like a completely different game when you play against a pre-made team that knows what they're doing, that saves their jetpack to actually get up next to the monster when he's evolving or when he's eating, and throws domes properly and stuff like that. Like against a pub team, a lot of the time I'm probably going to be able to get that second plane strider or whatever after my second evolve and not get domed there, be able to dome dodge, get my armor up, and probably win the game fairly easily. But that second dome was definitely difficult. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, I guess, looking at my losses. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.